It's got to be on time. People are waiting. Okay, hope I'm audible enough. GK Kids. Hello, GK. Can you hear me? Trying to adjust this microphone. Let's see. Are we good? Let's see how this goes. It's okay this way. Or this way. I want this to be somehow we've got to keep this. We'll have this way. Not sure. I just need some feedback. Let me get a feedback on the audio. It's confirmed that you can hear me. Do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Okay, confirm that you can hear me now, loud and clear. Hello, who is here? Welcome, GK. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Where are you watching from? Who is in? Forced to join in. Let's get to meet you. Let's meet in the chat. Welcome. Please give the live a like. Okay, starting the poll. No, it's not a poll, it's a question. So, how is your day? How is your day? This should be somewhere here. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining in. Where are you watching from? Let's have it this way. This way. Where are you watching from? Let's put it somewhere there, somewhere here. Okay, welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining in. Please give this live a like and let me know if you can hear me. I hope I'm audible. Let me know if you can hear me. Welcome to the live. Let's have some adjustments here. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, we will be having more community updates, health updates, and we will be talking about the common mistakes people make in January. And I hope you are not making some of those mistakes already. So let me know who is in. Let's get to meet you in the chat. Please introduce yourself. Let me give you a shout out. Are you a content creator? Are you a YouTuber? Are you just a viewer? Are you a member of this community? Or is it your first time coming across the channel? Please do well to give the live a like. Double tap on your screen or look for the three dots in the corner of your screen, and then you'll see the like button, thumbs up, and then you can introduce yourself. I really like to meet you one by one. So who is in? Who is first in? How is your day going? Or how was your day, depending on your location and your time zone? So it's a happy new year. If you are just joining the live for the first time this year, if you've been a member of the community, we had a great 2025. Now it's 2026, and it's going to be better, greater, and bigger by God's grace. So it doesn't matter the challenges of 2025, it doesn't matter how much you couldn't get to achieve in the past year. This is going to be better, it's going to be bigger. So let me know where you're watching from. How is your day? Who is going to set the ball rolling? Who is here? Your day, how was your day? All right, so in the last session, we actually looked at some community updates. If you have been observant, you would have noticed some minor changes on the channel. By the way, if you are just coming across the channel for the first time, please subscribe, like, drop a comment. Let's get to know you. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so in 2025, we had a couple of discussions, videos, long form videos, short videos, community posts, all around health and related events. So if you were here with us last year and you're here today, it's good to have you again and thank God for the gift of life. Okay, so what are your goals for this year? And we talk about not just setting goals, having smart goals, and more importantly, having a system that works. So let me know what your plans are for this 2026, whether as a content creator or you are just a viewer, you are maximizing YouTube and other social media platforms for yourself. Please do well to like the live, double tap on your screen, look for the like button, the three dots in the corner of your screen, and then you see the like button, you see the subscribe button. Kindly click on the like, click on the subscribe button. Let's grow together. All right, so we started the session yesterday, some hours ago, and it was more of chats, and then that was preparing us for this session. Okay, talking about community updates. This is a health, healthy health community. Okay, we are focused on ensuring that we live life such that we can prevent any disease, illnesses, any weakness that can affect our effectiveness and performance in life. So we thank God for the gift of life, the gift of health, but we are caretakers, and so we have to be responsible, we have to be committed, we have to be intentional about our own care and maintenance of health. I like to always define health according to the World Health Organization, health being a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So, if you are saying to yourself that you are healthy, doctor, I'm healthy, then we need to look at all these aspects of your life. Are they really in tune? Okay. Are you stable mentally? Are you sociable? Okay. Do you have solid positive relationships? Are you physically healthy? I mean, strong, no symptoms? Then we should be talking about being healthy. And of course, your spiritual, which is foundational, you know, must be put into consideration. So thank you for the like. We have Gilberto leading the train. Thank you for leading the train. Gilberto is here live all the way from Brazil. Thank you for joining in. Gilberto says, hello, doctor. Good night. Oh, okay. It's going to be night there. All right. So it's about 6 hours difference. Okay, so that means about 10 p.m. there in Brazil. Am I right? Gilberto was here on the live some hours ago. Okay, so and it's good to have you again. Okay, so let's get to meet you. If you are just joining in, let's get to know you. This is your first time joining the live. Welcome, everyone. Let's know where you're watching from. Where are you watching from? Okay, so welcome, welcome. Thank you for the like. Hope we can have more likes. I'm right here with you. Just let's welcome people just joining in. Okay. All right, we have 7 here. Okay, there seems to be some. All right. Welcome and welcome back. Welcome. Have to be responsible. We have to be committed. We have to be intentional about our own care and maintenance of health. I like to always define health according to the World Health Organization. Health being. Okay, so I believe you can hear me clearly. I believe you can hear me clearly. So I have to check the other device. Okay, so let's get to meet you. Where are you watching from? Okay, Gilberto, say sorry for my English. Oh, okay. You mean good evening? All right, Gilberto, it's 23:48. That's 11:48 p.m. in Brazil, right? Okay, you have to clean. All right, so let's get to know who else is with us. Who else is with us? I hope you can hear me clearly. All right, so welcome once again. We're talking about health being a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. That's according to the World Health Organization. And the importance of understanding the makeup of man being a social being as a soul. You have a soul and you live in a body. So having a consciousness and a commitment to these different aspects of your health makes you a complete person. Okay. So we place so much emphasis on all these areas. We talk about mental health, talk about how to improve yourself as an individual, how to improve in your relationships, because that actually affects your health, how to stay on top, how to be in charge, how to ensure that you are getting adequate rest, sleep, which is very important as one of the factors that determines how healthy you are. So, what's your quality of sleep? Are you able to achieve good rest, especially night rest? 6 hours at least, 6 to 8 hours as an adult. All right. Or do you have sleep disturbances? Are you really fit? Do you exercise? This physical on the physical side now. Are you overweight or obese? Are you trying to lose weight? These are areas that we consider. We look at reproductive health, talking about intimacy between couples, and the 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 fact is that many people have challenges in these areas, but not too many talk about it. I did a live sometime last year talking about how to recognize suicide in a person before they even talk about it. Okay, so there are some things that you get to see, but before you get to see, there are many people going through different challenges without talking about them. And then sometimes it comes out to be a shock to many people if such individuals now become depressed, showing signs of depression, anxiety, having acute stress disorder, or even post traumatic stress disorder. Such individuals may have been having suicidal thoughts or even attempted suicide. So you don't get to find out this until you get to interact with them or something happens that really gets to reveal this. So let's know where you're watching from. We are talking about community updates. This is a community of healthy health people. Okay, I say a healthy community. Okay, and we are welcoming those who are joining us for the first time. Please subscribe to the channel and let's get to know you better. So, by the way, where are you watching from? I would like to meet you. We like to welcome you specially. And then, what time is it in your location? All right, so 2026 is a year that we need to improve on many things, including our health and health choices. If you're going to be the best of yourself this year, if you're going to be effective at what you do, then you've got to take your health serious and even more seriously than you did in 2025. All right, so let me know what you plan to change or do differently this year. It takes some kind of plan and then a commitment, maybe some support in a community like this, some reminders to help ourselves to do. If you plan to lose some weight, for example, this year, have you actually started? And the fact is that more people are trying to lose the weight that they gained in December. All right, a lot of eating and drinking On this side, we call it Dirty December. People eating, drinking without limits. All right, the things they didn't eat from January to November. So somehow, people find themselves adding some pounds, and then they want to lose in January. Okay, so that's one of the things that happens in January. We will be looking at mistakes that people make in January. The fact is that more people tend to develop or tend to be diagnosed of some metabolic disease conditions, talking about chronic medical conditions, diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and even hypercholesterolemia, dyslipidemia. All right. But the underlying factor majorly is lifestyle. Let me look at this chart. GK Kisenyo Kids. Hello, thank you for joining in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Okay, you were here earlier. Yes, you were on the live, the first session some hours ago, and then yeah, here again. I think you showed up first. So thank you for your support. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. And then you're saying second live. Yes. Sometimes we got to just do what we need to do. We need to be consistent, like we need to keep showing up for the people, for the community. All right. So we are interacting as a community. We are welcoming those who are just getting to know about the channel and the community. So we want people to join in. You can join our community by subscribing to the channel. We have very friendly people here, and we want you to contribute your part as we learn together on how to stay healthy. Okay, for those that do not know, if you are here to check the description or the profile, I'm a medical doctor. I'm streaming from Nigeria at this time, so let me know where you are watching or streaming or you are watching or chatting from. All right, so talking about the things that we do here, we do health and everything related to health. All right, so if you are serious about your health in this year, 2026, this is a place to be. So I am talking about observations from 2025, a lot of more confirmations on the fact that lifestyle is a major determinant. There are risks associated with the pattern of life of individuals. Talking about, for example, sleep patterns, talking about diets, talking about physical activity or inactivity. These are some of the factors that influence or influence individuals' health. All right, so we need to be talking about this. We need to also note that people are developing symptoms even earlier than before now, and that's because the younger generation are getting to do things, being fast-paced, digital world, a lot of physical inactivity, except you are intentional about your activity, about working out, a lot of opportunities to be sedentary, are there. Now, okay, thank you, GK. GK says, hello, everyone. Okay, let me pin that. All right, thank you, thank you. Okay, GK, where are you chatting from right now? Where are you chatting from? And what time is it in your location? Thank you for being a regular member of the community, consistently joining the lives and watching videos, dropping comments and likes. All right, so we're grateful to have you, your commitment, and others who may be watching now, and those who will be watching the replay also. Also, people are developing high blood pressure earlier than we used to know. So there is something called hypertension in the young, and it's related to the fact that people are choosing more of the westernized diet. Okay, a lot of processed foods, high high salt intake, especially sodium salt, you know, fries, lot of sodas. Interestingly, some people do not even have symptoms before. Some people are just discovered incidentally, maybe from a routine check or a screening being done somewhere, medical outreach, and they just discover that they have elevated blood pressure. While some others begin to have symptoms like headache, some people begin to have palpitations, chest pain. These are some symptoms. And by the time an individual is already having these symptoms, there's a possibility of complications already setting in. And these complications affect the brain, affect individual's heart, affects the kidneys. Okay, so we need to be proactive. We need to be positioned to do more of preventive medicine rather than curative. All right, so but there are people who already have that diagnosis, and you need to have a proper interaction with your physician so that you can be managed appropriately. So, welcome. If you're just joining in, where are you watching from? Okay, we need to make more healthy choices this 2026. We will definitely be looking at mistakes that people make in January, but just giving us a recap of the first session. I mean, the part one of this community update. You can find the replay the video on the channel. It's under the live session. And then we looked at the effect of chronic stress, how that affects your sleep pattern. Some people are beginning to have difficulties with sleep, a diagnosis of insomnia, maybe people suffering from anxiety, people having chronic fatigue, digestive problems. Some people even have reduced sexual desire, and this causing some emotional disturbance or disturbances to them. Now, the fact is that stress hormones also trigger elevation of blood pressure, also affects blood sugar, causes reduction in immunity, and you should not ignore stress. Ignoring stress means that you are playing with these medical conditions that are preventable. All right, so we looked at those two areas in the first parts of this community update. But do you know that sexual health is one of the earliest indicators of declining overall health? when an individual begins to have challenges with their sexual desire, performance, and talking about erectile dysfunction, uh, low libido, these are things that may also affect an individual's health. And we're talking about reproductive health, menstrual irregularities, people having fertility challenges. Okay, sometimes it may look like this is independent, is separate from other aspects of an individual's life. Okay, but they are usually connected. For example, a woman that is stressed may have regular menstruation, even where that individual is not around the premenopausal period. Okay, stress can affect a woman's reproductive health. I mean, talking about menstrual cycle, the regularity or irregularity. So it can affect conception. It can be a cause of infertility. Okay, so we need to be looking at these areas. People don't talk about it, but of course, when they get to their physician and they are comfortable talking about it, they do. Have seen patients of different categories, different ages, young, middle age, the elderly. This is a major part of individuals' health, and sometimes people don't even talk about it with their spouse, and so it could be disturbing. Sometimes people are wondering what what the other person is thinking. Some men, for example, or even women may feel guilty that they are not satisfying their spouse. So this is one area that we also need to look at. People have challenges in that area. Thank you for the third like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we have Dami. Dami is here. Dami. Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Good to have you. Okay, we should say Happy New Year. Since this is the first time I'm seeing you on the channel live this year. Of course, Dami has been a member of this community. She also has a YouTube channel. Okay, so you can check out her channel and see how you find her content interesting, lifestyle. Like Don. Okay, thank you so much. Saying good morning, Dr. Show. Yes, thank you for the emojis. Thank you so much, Dami. So, how are you doing? How are you today? How was your day? Where are you joining from? And what time is it there now? What time is it in your location? Okay, so let me know if you can still hear me. Am I audible? All right, so another major issue or challenge that was discovered in 2025 and people need to be aware is the issue with metabolism. Talking about conditions like pre-diabetes, people being discovered to have fatty liver. Of course, that could be alcohol related or non-alcoholic fatty liver, and then unhealthy weight gain, increasing findings, whether talking about male or female. People are becoming overweight and reasons are not far-fetched. Even in people who don't even consider themselves overweight, now the practicality is that when you get to a doctor's office, before you see a doctor normally, you should have your vital signs checked, and that includes your temperature, your respiratory rate, your pulse rate, and your blood pressure. Your weight and height are very important, measurements. This information helps your doctor to also guide you appropriately, be able to make some diagnosis even from that, and then guide you appropriately on what you need to do. Okay, so even if you think you are not overweight, it's until you have your body mass index done, weight circumference, measured. You need to be able to have these specifics, should have normal between 18 to 25 kilograms per meter square of for your body mass index. And if you are having anything below this, then you'll be dealing with underweight, while if you have anything above that, overweight or obesity. Now, we're still talking about ultra processed foods, sugary drinks, irregular meals, inactivity being major contributors to people becoming overweight or obese. So, metabolic diseases are actually developing silently. People don't get to know until they just probably go for a checkup, and many years for some people would have gone before discovery. All right, so let's go to what we should be doing. Of course, we'll still talk about mistakes people are making, but you need to be more proactive. You need to do more of prevention rather than trying to have a diagnosis that you now need to be treated for. So you need to be proactive. Prevention means that you are putting in measures to ensure that you stay healthy. For example, because high blood pressure or hypertension is actually called the silent killer, because it doesn't come usually with symptoms, but by the time people are getting symptoms, it may probably mean that the blood pressure is way high, and symptoms like a headache, chest pain, palpitations. Some people may even begin to have facial puffiness, leg swelling, changes in their urine habit, and these are signs, and individuals like that need to get to see their physician for proper evaluation. So checking your blood pressure is very important. It's essential. If you have been diagnosed of hypertension, of course, you should follow your doctor's guide on this. But if you are not, checking once a month may be good. Some say, okay, maybe once in 3 months. But in this age, I mean, we need to be checking regularly, especially if you know that you have had this consistent lifestyle, poor lifestyle, so to say, talking about the kind of meals that you take, processed foods, fried foods, you've not been physically active as you should be. Okay, so you should monitor your weight, ensure that you are getting adequate sleep, and ensure that you are dealing with stress. So, what are your coping strategies? And you should be able to understand yourself and then do the needful to deal with stress. Because if stress becomes overwhelming, it may lead to burnout, and you will not be able to perform as you should. About this 2026, we should be performing better, we should be doing more, and we need our strength to do this, as God helps us. So should be you should have this routine, not just reactive. Some people, even those who have been diagnosed with hypertension, tend to want to check their blood pressure only when they have symptoms like a headache, chest pain. They want to see how high the blood pressure is. It's better to actually have a routine, have a pattern of checking. That's being proactive. Preventive medicine is key. So, what about movement? I'm moving to close to 1 hour of this now. Okay, so within an hour of sitting, you should ensure that you are stretching, you are moving. It's healthy to move, it's healthy to stretch yourself. Then, if you need to, you need to just do the needful to ensure that you're avoiding that sedentary lifestyle. All right. So this helps not just your joints, helps blood flow to different areas of your body when you move. Okay, exercises your heart, and this helps to prevent joint stiffness. Also helps to prevent becoming overweight. Okay, so we need to be moving, burn those calories. But the fact is that consistency is key. That's what really matters. It's not just trying to do all the exercise that you haven't done, you didn't do in December, in January. Okay, you need to have a consistent routine. In the early morning workouts, you have some equipment that you use at home, or if you have been registered or you need to register to a gym, then you should do that. That's going to be very helpful. Another thing you need to note is your stress level, stress hygiene. You need to ensure that you are getting adequate sleep. Even if you need a nap during the day, get 20 to 30 minutes is good. Schedule rest, and you should create digital boundaries. Screen time, you should avoid at least 30 minutes to 1 hour before bed. You should avoid screen exposure because that helps to give you, position you, prepare you for good sleep. Okay. Some people say they sleep better with lights on, but preferably if you can sleep in dark room, avoid noise around your environment. This talking about sleep hygiene, and if possible, don't have your devices in your room. Okay, I don't know how possible for many people. Okay, even now that people are really working remotely from different places, can be working while in your bedroom and things like that. All right, so but you have to be intentional about these things. Now let's talk about food diet. You need to lower sodium salt. What is recommended is less than 5 grams per day, which is about a teaspoon or less, 24 hours of sodium salt. Now, high fiber diet is recommended, and you should get this. If you're in Nigeria, your yam, okay, your fruits, vegetables are important. Now you should reduce intake of processed foods. Processed foods. You should reduce intake of processed foods. That will help you also, because processed foods put you at risk. As more exposure to sodium salt. So there are a lot of researches have been done around these things. So there's no argument about how you can help yourself. Okay, thank you, Dami, for the love. Thank you so much. Thank you. So if you're just joining us, let's know where you're joining from. Welcome to the live. I'm going to deal with this one here. Where are you watching from? Let's get to meet you. Welcome if you're just joining in, and if you've been here, thank you for staying. Let's give the live a like and let's get to know where you are watching from. Okay, so let's look at the common mistakes that people make in January. Okay, so this as a medical doctor, or if you're a medical doctor, you know what I'm talking about. After the holidays, even during the holidays, you see people coming in to the clinics, to the emergencies with different symptoms. And some of these are related to the experiences during the holidays, whether you talk about stress of travel, stress of preparations, partying, and you know, movements here and there. So these are lifestyle related experiences, whether in terms of physical excess excess activity or inactivity, as the case may be. Talking about diets, the impact of the kind of diets that people are exposed to in the celebration period. So people may present with symptoms like dizziness. People are complain of headaches. Some people say, "Oh, but I lost some weight before earlier in the year, last year, but now begin to discover in December or even in January that they are developing, adding more weight." All right, so people get to make the mistake of trying to lose all the weight that they gained in December. That's a mistake. They try to now do intense fasting, not just intermittent fasting, extreme dieting, skipping breakfast, may even be skipping lunch, maybe doing one meal a day, and doing that with so much effort to reset the body. You want to get back to shape, okay? But you shouldn't be crashing your diet because you want to lose weight. You shouldn't get yourself stressed. You shouldn't now get your, some people begin to also experience ulcer related pains. People may begin to even have hypertension, may even become malnourished, just from consistently doing this and not withdrawing from this kind of unhealthy pattern. So what you should be doing is to still ensure that you are taking your balanced meals, healthy plates. Healthy plates, okay, talks about the need to the healthy plate describes your plate like a circle, and then 50% of that plate is filled with fruits and vegetables, while 25% will be your carbohydrates, and then 25% protein. Now you should ensure that you are taking low fat, healthy fat. All right, so it should be gradual reduction. Even if it's just 1 kg per month, it's 2 kg per month, you are good to go. All right, so but you need to get proper guidance with your doctor, your dietitian or nutritionist. So this will help you to do it in a safe manner. All right. So you shouldn't make that mistake. People make that mistake. Some people even stop taking their medications in December. Okay, so they still continue into January because they feel they are good to go. All right, whether it's blood pressure medications, whether it's medications for blood sugar, or some other medications. All right. I believe in lifestyle, dietary, exercising, dietary changes. These are very important. But if you're already on medications and you've not been asked by your doctor to stop this, it means that you're still benefiting from the effectiveness of those medications on your condition. So if you suddenly stop, people are making decisions outside of medical guidance, but that's not safe. So making that mistake can lead to complications from uncontrolled blood pressure. And that can lead to a stroke, can lead to a heart attack, it can lead to a kidney failure. So we don't want all this to happen. Sugar may crash suddenly for some people. Some people may even have elevation of their blood sugar and may now present as emergency. Now we need to note that lifestyle changes are constant, whether you have a diagnosis that requires medications or not. Okay, you need to ensure that you are doing uh, your consistent workouts, brisk walking, 30 minutes at least 5 times, 5 days in a week is good. You are good to go. Can do your 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 steps as much as you can. Okay. This is one common mistake that has led to even the death of some people. These are preventable deaths. So if you are thinking of stopping your medications, why don't you discuss with your doctor so that you can have that professional guidance? Another mistake that people make is now over exercising after months of inactivity. All right. During the holiday periods, people may need to travel from one place to the other. If you are to travel, you know what that means, and may not have access to their regular tools, equipment for exercising. Okay, so getting back to their base, people tend to want to go or do extra, do more intense workout. So this can lead to strains, can lead to injuries, can even lead to elevation of blood pressure because you are overstretching yourself, you know. So the mistake is that people also run to gyms, try to be intense without a proper guidance from their doctor. Recommendations need to be made, after proper evaluation. Some people require an ECG, even an echo, to scan the heart to be sure that they are fit for the kind of exercise that they are trying to get involved with or in. So you need to avoid intense workouts in January. People are making that mistake. So walking, brisk walking is good. That's moderate intensity exercise. And you should build it up gradually. You don't rush into it. You have been inactive for weeks or even months. All right. So trying to get back shouldn't be a rush, should just be a gradual thing. And that's going to be helpful for you. Another mistake that people make is ignoring their blood pressure because they feel fine, Say, I have no, they don't have a headache, so they feel the blood pressure is normal. By the time you are having a headache, it may probably mean that your blood pressure is high. So high BP often has no symptoms. People present with stroke, people present with heart attack, people may have, severe hypertension, elevation of their blood pressure, and some may even have kidney problems. So you should check your blood pressure regularly, especially after returning from travels, from all the stress. You need to know your numbers and ensure that they are under control. Some people also try to now avoid salt. They feel they have taken a lot of processed foods, fries, and now they want to avoid salt, suddenly reduce salt intake. So this can actually lead to some weakness and make people feel dizzy because you still need some salt exchange, in your body to have a proper functioning of your physiology. Now, you need to just do it gradually. It's important to note that you still need some amount of salt in your food. Well, it's good to go for the spices, ginger, garlic, turmeric. These are very good. Onions, okay. If you are going to be adjusting your diet, of course, it should also be a gradual thing, especially as it relates to salt intake. Another thing is poor sleep. People tend to begin to have sleep problems. They make the mistake of trying to now do more. They want to do more to make up for the losses in December. I mean, the fact that people took a break from work, from business. People want to make more money in January, so they tend to overwork themselves, fatigue, become anxious. Bills are there to pay, especially for those who have even spent a lot. You now want to look at the different bills that you have to pay, and if you have not had a plan and if you are not careful, you get yourself overwhelmed. So working, trying to do more can cause anxiety, and some people will even have their blood pressure elevated around this period. Some people still forget to take their medications, they neglect their medications, and this worsens the condition. So sleep, not getting adequate sleep, stress can trigger, of course, cortisol, and this may lead to developing, increasing blood pressure, may even predispose an individual to developing diabetes. So you should try to relax, relax, and enjoy the season. Take it one step at a time and find very safe ways to handle the challenges. Okay, there are more mistakes that I need to talk about, but let me know if you understand what I'm saying. I hope you are not guilty of these mistakes yourself. All right, so another mistake that people make, let's continue, is this, that people now are try to find various means to lose weight. So they go looking for slim teas, fat burners, different stimulants, things that can help them. But this is not good enough. You should ensure that, as I said earlier, that you make your weight reduction a gradual thing, you know, and follow your doctors and your nutritionist guide on this. All right. So people may now develop palpitations, even the blood pressure may rise from the use of these stimulants, and dehydration can also occur. So you need to watch, you need to be careful, you need to avoid things supplements, teas that can trigger or worsen your condition. Thank you for the fourth like Surviving Men series. Good to have you back. Thank you for joining in. Where are you watching from and what time is it there now? It was good to see you the other session, and thank you for joining this session. So we've been talking about some discoveries, so to say, some confirmations of health-related challenges and how lifestyle is a key factor when it comes to health matters. And then mistakes that people are making in January, these are avoidable. And I hope you are not making this mistake. And wherever you can, make adjustments to ensure that you are staying healthy. All right, so another aspect is the issue of mental health. People are not aware that they have really been stressed, okay, but those who are don't know how to handle it. So people may become anxious looking at how much they have spent and what they still need to do. People moving from the social environment to now going back to their individual personal space, and so they tend to maybe have some mood changes, you know. But there's a need for communication, so it's important to learn that you don't have it all, you don't know it all, so you should learn to communicate with others, let people know how you're feeling, and find time to rest, you know, seek support and find ways to reduce stress. So find time to rest, find time to relax, and this will help your mental health. You know, you need to move from just doing the routine to doing something different, and you know, a change of routine and then a new thing can help you pick up. So another thing is people are waiting. Mistake. People are waiting. You know, this season people may be waiting that they are thirsty before they drink water. You know, normally you shouldn't do that. You know, they feel that because they're not thirsty, so they have enough water. Meanwhile, they are losing water in different ways. Now, fatigue, headache, even abdominal discomfort may be as a result of low water intake, inadequate. So if you need to do something like minimum of 3 liters in 24 hours as an adult, okay, and that's going to help you a lot. And don't wait till you are thirsty before you take water. All right, and the last thing on my list here is people make the mistake of trying to be perfect in terms of all they need to do, you know. But the fact is that if you are trying to make changes from last year to now you need to just identify the changes and then do in bits, step by step, and you will get there. So it's those small daily consistent habits that are very important, not just the one weekend rush on it. So I'm sure your doctor will want you to check your blood pressure, your blood sugar, do your normal routine checks regularly, and you should take your medications as prescribed. Follow the plan for your management. If you have been referred, if you have other professionals that you need to talk to, psychologists, physiotherapists that needs to get involved, and then your dietitian, nutritionist, follow this, and I'm sure you will be getting results. Walk more, You need to be more active this year, and you should eat smarter. All right. Hydration has been talked about. Sleep is non-negotiable, and learn to deal with stress. So January is not meant for punishment. Okay. After the dirty December, it's not time to experience some difficulties. It's time to to take the necessary strength, energy for the year. Your body needs to recover from the stress activities of December, okay? But do it, get it gradually, follow a pattern, structure, and be consistent. You will definitely get results. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and let me know what what areas that's really hit you from these mistakes that I have mentioned. What are the areas that you know that you need to make necessary adjustments? Does it have to do with the stress levels, how you are feeling currently, feeling overwhelmed, anxious, you know, depending on what you need to do? You have bills to pay at this time. People have businesses that need to pick up. People have, children. We have children that need to go to school. Bills need to be paid, rents. We have different obligations that you need to just ensure that things are done. So this could be overwhelming if you have not had a plan, and if you are not taking things easy, you can get overwhelmed. So thank you for the fifth like. Thank you so much. Let me know who is joining in. It's a beautiful morning from this side. Who is just joining us? Let's get to meet you. Where are you watching from?